Welcome back to part 2 on how our thoughts shape our personal growth. If you missed part 1, make sure you check that out as well, because today we're diving into the powerful role that beliefs play in shaping not only what we think, but ultimately what we do. Your mindset is more than just a reflection of your thoughts. It drives your actions, your habits, and ultimately the trajectory of your success. Let's dive deeper into how beliefs influence your actions. The actions you take or don't take are directly tied to what you believe about yourself and the world around you. If you believe you're not smart enough, you're not talented enough, you're not capable enough, you'll live your life in hesitation, procrastination, and ultimately, you'll live your life avoiding opportunity altogether. And the interesting part is it's not because you're unwilling, but it's because your belief system is holding you back. On the flip side, when you believe in your ability to grow, to adapt, and to overcome challenges, you act with courage and resilience. Think about it this way. Your beliefs are like an internal GPS. They guide the choices you make, the risks you take, and ultimately the effort you put in. If your GPS is programmed with limiting beliefs, you will avoid roads that seem difficult or uncertain, even if it leads to incredible destinations. But if your GPS is set to growth and possibility, you'll be willing to take the scenic route, to face detours, and embrace the unknown because you know that your journey is worth it. I remember a time when, as a director of training, I was asked to give an inspirational speech publicly to the entire company. I did not want to give this speech. And it's not because I was incapable. My initial hesitation was, it's a lot more work to do the speech than to be the one listening to speeches. It's a lot more work recording a YouTube video than to be the ones at home watching the YouTube video. And I didn't want to do the speech. So the initial thought was, I don't really feel like doing all of that. But then it was followed by a whisper. Not only is it a lot of work, but what if you fail? What if you mix your words up? What if you say something that you weren't supposed to say? The whispers almost stopped me before I even began. For a second, I started imagining ways that it could go wrong. The whispers continued. What if you waste people's time? What if I'm just not good? All of those questions were utterly ridiculous, considering a big part of my job was speaking in front of crowds of people. But they were little thoughts, little whispers that I had to check. And I checked them by simply asking a different question. What if I succeed? What if I impact somebody's life? What if I set a great example for someone? The shift in perspective changed everything. Suddenly, it wasn't about me. Suddenly, I wasn't focused on fear. I was focused on possibility and on impact. I was focused on the people in the room that needed a word that could encourage them throughout their week. The belief that success was inevitable gave me the courage to take the step, which, spoiler alert, my limiting beliefs were wrong, and I made such an impact that the person that was supposed to follow me didn't want to go up. But this reminds me of a quote from Norman Vincent Peale. Change your thoughts and you change your world. And it's true. By reframing my thinking, the entire experience shifted. I saw potential instead of problems. And I took action because I quieted the limiting belief, I quieted the whisper, and I believed in a better outcome. When your beliefs are limiting, your actions are small. They're cautious. They're reactive. You might hesitate to apply for that promotion. You might delay starting that business. You might hold back from pursuing that dream on the inside of you because you've already decided that the outcome won't be favorable. In contrast, when your beliefs are empowering, your actions become bold. Your actions become intentional. Your actions become proactive. You take risks, you embrace challenges, and don't trip on the idea of failure because you begin to say, Even if I fail, it's a learning opportunity, not a dead end. Beliefs don't just shape whether or not you take action, they influence how you take action. Someone who believes that they are capable of success will approach a challenge with determination, maybe curiosity, and persistence. They'll look for solutions. They'll ask for help when needed and even stay the course when it gets tough. On the other hand, someone who believes that they are destined to fail might give up at the first sign of difficulty, take shortcuts, or avoid the challenge altogether. So how do we begin to reprogram our actions through beliefs? Number one, pause and reflect. The next time you find yourself hesitating to take action, pause and ask yourself, what is the belief behind my hesitation? For example, if you're nervous about starting a new project, the belief might be, I don't know enough to succeed. Number two, challenge the belief. Once you've identified the limiting belief, challenge it. Ask yourself, is it absolutely true? What evidence do I have that contradicts it? And my favorite is, how would I act if I believed the opposite? For example, if you're thinking, I don't know enough to succeed, remind yourself of the times that you've learned and grown through action. Stop believing the lie that you have to know everything to start. You don't. You just have to be willing to learn along the way. Number four, reframe the belief. Replace the limiting belief with an empowering belief, just like I did with the speech. Instead of I don't know enough to succeed, try I'm capable of figuring things out as I go. Instead of what if I fail, try what if I learn something super valuable. Number five, take one small step. Action solidifies belief. Even if you're unsure or uncomfortable, take a small step that aligns with your belief. For example, if you're hesitant to start a new business, research one small aspect of it today. If you're afraid to apply for the promotion, go ahead and update your resume. If you doubt your fitness goals, go on a 20-minute walk. Each small action builds momentum and reinforces your belief that progress is possible. Next, celebrate the effort, not just the outcome. It's easy to tie your belief to results, but the real transformation happens when you celebrate the effort. Whether the outcome is what you had hoped for or not, acknowledge the courage it took to act. This reinforces your belief in your ability to take risks and persevere. Remember that your beliefs are the foundation of your actions, and your actions are the building blocks of your life. By choosing to nurture empowering beliefs, you give yourself the permission to take bold, aligned action. And over time, that action spills over into other areas of your life, transforming not just your circumstances, but your confidence and your self-identity. It all starts with a single shift. What if I succeed? Oh, if we could only ask ourselves, what if I succeed? That is how dreamers think. That is how winners think. They don't focus on the failure. They open their mind up to the possibilities. What if I succeed? Let that question guide your thoughts, shape your beliefs, and fuel your actions. So we've talked about how our beliefs fuel our actions. Now, let's talk about the role of visualization. Visualization is more than just daydreaming or wishing for success. It's a powerful mental technique used by athletes, entrepreneurs, and high achievers to prime their minds for success. It's not merely about imagining an outcome. It's about training your brain to feel the process of achieving your goal, which in turn motivates and prepares you to take the necessary action. The reason visualization is so effective lies in how our brains work. Neuroscience shows that the brain doesn't always distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you vividly imagine yourself accomplishing something, whether it's winning a race, giving a speech, or achieving a career milestone, your brain accesses the same neural pathways it would if you were actually experiencing those events. This process creates a mental rehearsal. which helps prepare your mind and your body for success. This is why Olympic athletes, top performers, and successful entrepreneurs use visualization. When an athlete visualizes crossing the finish line, making a perfect shot, or lifting incredible weight, their brain rehearses the sequence of movements required to achieve the goal. Over time, these visualizations help strengthen their confidence and their ability to execute those movements under pressure. Similarly, when you visualize your goals, whether personal, professional, or physical, you're not only imagining success, but also training your brain to recognize the steps, the challenges, and the opportunities that will rise along the way. Your brain begins to see the path forward. And in doing so, it starts to align your focus, your emotions, your actions to match the vision. Visualization is fascinating because when you visualize success, your brain activates the same regions as when you physically engage in the activity. For instance, if you're public speaking at an event, visualizing yourself confidently delivering your speech can help your brain become more comfortable with the idea of you being on stage. By envisioning your success, you're priming your neural pathways to believe that success is not only possible, it's likely. So we've talked about visualization as a performance tool, but it's also an incredibly powerful motivation tool. When you're working towards a challenging goal, whether it's running a marathon or completing a difficult project at work, it can be easy to get discouraged. The road ahead tends to feel long and tough, and setbacks can lead to doubt. This is where visualization becomes invaluable. Let's say you're training on a fitness goal. You want to run a 5K. Visualizing yourself crossing the finish line can reignite your motivation on the days when you feel tired. Picture yourself with a sense of pride and accomplishment, hearing the cheers, feeling the rush of success. This positive mental image keeps you focused on the desired outcome and ultimately helps you push through obstacles, all the while reminding you of why you started in the first place. The more vividly you can imagine the process and the outcome, the more powerful visualization becomes. The key is not just seeing the end result, but experiencing the journey as well. By focusing on the process, you become more committed and ready to face challenges as they arise. If you want to harness the power of visualization, here's a simple yet effective practice to get started. Number 1, choose your goal. Start by selecting the goal that you want to work toward. It could be a fitness goal, a career milestone, or a personal challenge. Make sure it's something meaningful, something that you're passionate about achieving. Number 2, set aside time. Dedicate 5 minutes each morning to practice. Find a quiet space where you can close your eyes and focus without distractions. Number 3, visualize in detail. With your eyes closed, picture yourself achieving the goal. Imagine it in as much detail as possible. Who is with you? What sounds do you hear? What is the impact on your life once you've achieved it? The more vivid and sensory-rich your experience, the stronger its impact on your motivation and your mindset. Next, embrace the positive emotions. As you visualize success, allow yourself to feel the emotions associated with it. These emotions will help reinforce your desire to reach that goal and keep you motivated through challenges. Next, visualize the process. As stated, don't just imagine the end result. Visualize the steps to you getting there. Picture yourself putting in the work, making tough decisions, overcoming setbacks, and staying focused on the bigger picture. The process matters just as much as the outcome. Like any skill, visualization gets stronger as you practice it. By committing to this daily practice, you'll start to notice how it affects your mindset and your actions. You'll begin to see opportunities that you might have overlooked before. You'll begin to feel more confident in your abilities overall. Visualization is not magic. It has to do with having a vision for success, like creating a vision board. Over time, as you continue to visualize success and take real-world action, you'll find that your thoughts and actions begin to blend. and you'll be well on your way to achieving your goals. As I close out part 2 of what we think we become, let me leave you with this. Your thoughts are the seeds of your future. Plant them wisely, nurture them daily, and watch as they grow into the life that you've always imagined. You have the power to change your life, starting right here and right now with the thoughts that you choose to think. If this message resonated with you, share part 2 and part 1 with someone who needs to be reminded of their own power. Don't forget, what we think we become. So think boldly, dream big, and take action. Always remember that growth is a journey. It's not a destination. I'm in it with you, and I'll see you on the next one.